We are now live. Shit, that one.
But they can't see us, they can only hear us, correct?
Correct. And I can mute us if you guys want to say some racist shit like you normally do. No, I'm kidding.
No comment, Mr. President.
I plead the fifth.
Did you guys see the news? Fucking Trump tweeted. He's like, I'm getting arrested on Tuesday.
I saw that actually.
Put his ass in Guantanamo.
It'll be interesting watching an ex-president get arrested.
Did you guys
Why
know
are you
Trump's
getting
broke?
arrested?
So am I. Who cares? I guess I'm as good as Trump.
Yeah, he's broke, bro. He doesn't own any of his assets. They all belong to his trust.
Well,
Smart man.
Yeah.
Smart fucking man. They can't take anything from him. And this is my dog.
Oh,
It needs a
This
haircut.
is my dog.
This is
Didn't
my
need to
rifle.
haircut.
This is my gun.
Where's the other one? You had two.
The other one is at my dad's house now.
Oh, you took him back.
Yes.
That one, she was cute. Or she or he?
She said,
Yeah, I know. She would like get up on her paws like that.
no.
look at this baby.
Yeah, but Shadow looks like a sheepdog right now. Jesus Christ.
Come here, let me get that
He can't-
belly.
He can't see shit. He's gotten big though. Damn.
He's a fat and
Are
Look-
you calling him fat?
look at
He is
Logan. Logan's putting on muscle.
He's got some thighs. Thighs
Yeah.
save lives.
Looking thick, bud.
Oh, they're at Opa.
Hey, don't you gas me up.
Those bastards. It's my favorite place.
Hi.
You said don't gas me up.
Who's all
No,
bar
I-
hopping right now?
Everyone, dude.
Except for us.
Except for us. Well, we were, but we'll be back.
And also me.
You have bar hopping in your fucking living room.
Logan and I are
Room
just
to
gonna play
room.
video games after this, unless he decides to leave me too.
He should leave and come with us. He wants
No,
to
I'm gonna
socialize.
hang out. Fuck that.
See this, Paul? That's a middle finger.
Social life.
I'm pretty
Socialite.
sociable.
I woke up at 7
It's the
a.m.
family.
after an hour after you woke up for the day.
I woke up in a new Bugatti. Imagine being almost 30, right? And waking up in a new Bugatti. How sore you would fucking be. Those aren't comfortable to
happy,
even
though.
drive in.
I just take it in and then trade that bitch in.
They're not
Like,
even
you can
comfortable
have
to
this
sit
Bugatti.
in, though. They're not a comfortable
Have
car.
you sat in a Bugatti?
Yes,
Connery?
Yes.
Yes, Connery.
Yes,
Third
Connery.
person.
This is a damn good beer.
I've sat in a Lamborghini.
I've sat in a Lamborghini.
Everyone has Logan. God,
Have you driven one on a racetrack, Paul?
I have not.
I haven't driven a
Got his
Lamborghini.
ass.
Drove a Tesla.
Have you sat in
on
the
a
new
racetrack.
Hummer? It's
No, I
trash.
Bro, the H1 Alphas from fucking the late thousands. Yeah, is that the right way to say that?
Yeah.
Like 2008?
Yeah, the
Is
first
that-
H1s.
okay, late thousands. The H1 Alpha. It's like
Did you see
I
the
had a
fucking historical tags on the Z3?
What are you talking about?
I sent a Snapchat today of historical plates on a
Now recording.
Oh, hi, Craig.
BMW Z3.
Yeah, Paul, check this shit out, bro. I don't know what this is gonna look like because it's on my vertical screen. So if it looks like shit, I'll just move it screens.
I mean, that's
One of
all
my
custom though. The inside was completely redone.
no, no, that comes as is with the H1 Alpha.
Oh.
Oh, a wannabe Jeep is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Look at that shit, bro.
Actually,
Look at all the games.
it got released before the Jeep Beta. It's better. It's also the Alpha.
It's the Alpha.
It's the alpha, not beta.
What up, dog? I'm the Alpha. No,
Alright.
the H1 Alpha is a dope vehicle, but I would never own one because I like having gas mileage.
Damn right.
I had somebody comment on a Facebook stream because I said a piece of content was dope, and they're like, "Do you even know the technical term of dope and how offensive it is?" And I was like, "Look at this multi-million-dollar company. It's called Dope Marketing. Isn't that crazy?"
I hate people.
I also hate people.
Isn't
I
that
got
like
asked
heroin?
if I was woke on a construction site this week.
If you're woke,
What did
Yeah, I
you?
woke up this morning.
I said, well, I'm wearing a Black Rifle Coffee Company shirt. take a double look.
That's pretty
Take a
not
double
woke. That's pretty Florida
How
of you.
dare you?
I was very upset.
Isn't Black Rifle like company like a very conservative far right group?
Yes, they are ex-veteran.
All right.
Far right.
I was also in my cowboy boots, so I don't really know what he was thinking.
But you're a woman at a construction site, so you have to
That was
be
very
50%
sexist of you.
woke.
How dare you be sexist, Connery?
That's 50% woke.
It's 50% woke. You're halfway there.
Here in Florida, they don't allow that shit.
Yeah, you're castrated. Find out that you're woke.
No reading for you.
DeSantis comes in. If the place even starts with the word trans, it's getting banned.
Do not come.
Do not
Do not
come.
come.
I'm gonna come.
Oh, I found a fucking motorcycle jacket at Cycle Gear this morning when I went.
And
Bro, it was last year's model, right? Level 2 armor, shoulders, elbows, back.
breathable.
And it was 96% leather, and then like the rest was PU.
Yeah.
And it has like the holes in it, so it's like kind of mesh-ish.
Yeah.
But it was, and so it was last year's model. They sold it for $299.99 last year. I got it on sale for $99.99.
Push. That's $99.99.
Yeah,
For
for
100 bones.
yeah.
That's Hitler's
bad at
favorite
all.
number.
And I went up to
Selling
the
a
counter
light
and I
bar
was
if you
like,
want it.
Mm.
what?
A light bar. So I sold my
A
Jeep.
light bar?
You put that on your
So I never put it on
motorcycle,
On my
Logan.
bike?
Oh yeah. Is it a little one or a big one?
Big one.
Oh,
Oh, mount
I'll
it,
just put it,
mount it
I'll
vertically.
put it on the fucking handlebars.
yeah. As you
And
turn
just fucking-
blind people, you just flip it up. You're like, "Fuck you guys."
There's no way you didn't see me.
What are we at? We've
I
got
went up to
3
the counter
minutes.
and I was
Yes,
like,
ma'am.
I feel like I'm robbing you guys. What's wrong with it? And they were like, oh, it's just last year's model. And they were like, that's the last one. And I was like, it's a perfect fit for me. He was like, yeah, if you didn't buy that, I was probably
I
gonna
had
go
to
home
ask.
with it.
What size is it?
It's a medium.
It's last year's
Oh,
model.
Small. It's small.
No, it's a medium.
Give it a year though, and you're going to be an extra
It'll
large
be a large, not an extra. I think Logan will be a large with all that.
with
It's
all that
large,
all that muscle he's putting on.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the back knee to come in, and then he gets really swole, and we're like, Logan, are you touching the juice?
He just comes and starts yelling, "Fuck you guys!"
You're gonna buy this goddamn plane. Oh shit.
No, I don't touch claims. I just sell policies. Thank God.
I don't know anybody named Claims, so that's a good thing. All right, we got 2 minutes.
Bluetooth hey, can you guys buy me a Cardo system for Christmas? Thanks.
Argo?
Like a Grant Cardone?
No, like one of the Bluetooth sets for your helmet.
For
Yeah, I'll
Christmas?
do that for you, Logan. What am I getting for Christmas in return? Because if this is gonna be like me and David, where I
Good
spend
shit.
$200 and I get a goddamn calendar, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Was it a good calendar?
$240.
No, it was a fucking hot sauce calendar.
It didn't even come with a
I got
bottle
him,
of hot
I got him
sauce.
like
did
a
it?
fucking $150 gun part like he wanted, and I got a calendar. I was like, yeah, never
Sorry.
again.
You know what you should get him?
Actually,
A 2021 calendar. Extra worthless. Mm.
bro, my mom got me a
Get a 2020 calendar, it just says COVID on every page.
What's that say? Maxine? I'm
Oh, I've
willing to
seen
admit
those,
when I'm
yeah.
it's just like a little desktop calendar. And I use the shit out of this thing.
nice.
And it's like a 2-year one. Get him one of those, step it up a little bit.
Yeah, do a 2020 to 2022 calendar.
Or I don't get him any.
Yeah.
Probably what's gonna.
You could get him
Just tell
empty
him you hope
bottles.
there's always snow in his driveway and spit on his shoes.
Empty bottles of hot sauce.
It's also a high possibility I won't even be here for fucking Christmas, so it is what it is. I'll just be like
You about to
Call
be
him on the
overseas.
I know. I'll just call him on the fucking phone. Be like, hi guys, bye guys.
Oh, is that gonna go through?
Yeah, I just got my passport in, so we'll see him doing all the steps correctly. I filled out my visa.
So you're gonna
But
try
I
to
ain't
get a
gonna tell
job over there?
anyone- I already got the job. They already gave it to me.
Oh shit! You hear that stream?
With the same company. Nice.
All right, it's 5 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock Central Time. You know, let's
5
roll.
o'clock somewhere.
You guys ready?
Yeah, take us in,
I
Dad.
was born
Hold
ready.
on a second. Let me get that
Yeah.
shit lined up.
Let's see if you can do it right.
Top of the morning to all of you cunts. Is that how we should enter?
No.
No? Oh, okay. Let's redo that one. How should we enter?
We went over this.
I forgot. Freaking Paul.
Yeah, it is called Drunk Discussions for a reason.
Top of
This is
the
a disaster.
top of the afternoon to all of our listeners. Morning. Could be midday. Happy St. Patty's Day to all of you little Irish bastards. Thank you guys so much for joining Drunk Discussions podcast. This is a St. Patty's podcast. We're pre-gaming. We're having a great time. But we have some special people involved on this podcast today. It's not Paul. Logan, you've seen before. We've got a new, unfamiliar face, but a very, very long-time listener. Erica, how's it going?
Oh, great. Thank you for asking.
Yeah? Fair enough.
Golden.
Paul is here though for our listeners. I am
Oh, yeah.
here.
Paul
I'm just
and
the
Logan's here.
special one.
Yeah, we got everyone
Listen,
here.
I'm debating. I was debating on what he means by special. Like, should we be offended?
Could be.
I feel like,
That's important.
yeah. Listen, I'm a little offended. Okay, I mean it's true, but
I mean,
But we got a heck of a podcast set
special.
up for today, guys. So I mean, we're going to be going over a lot of stuff. We have Erica, who is an environmental scientist in her job and field. So we have some questions for her that we're going to be going over. And she brought a conspiracy theory for Slurspiracy for us all today. So we're going to have some fun with that. So I cannot wait. But the big question is to Connery. It is St. Patty's Day. What are you drinking?
I am drinking on tequila. I've already had my green beer. Yesterday, I was in Fort Lauderdale, had my green beer, got it out of the way. I was like, tradition still stands. We're golden. I am drinking a Victory Golden Monkey 9.5% beer and Calarosa tequila.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Logan, how about you, Big Shoots?
I am having. Well, I've had and am continuing to have Parsons North Brewing Company. It's
Ooh.
an Irish lager brewed here in Columbus, Ohio. It's
not
kind of
very
dark.
Irish then. I
It's,
feel like.
it's dark and very like malty.
Oh.
Oh, that's a cool
It
can.
has the flag and all, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're being
Parsons.
festive today.
Parsons is a pretty Irish name too, so that works.
Is it though?
Erica,
'Cause I feel like
what do you got
Probably
on here,
not.
Erica? I see some pretty cans
Lawn
The
drink.
classic long drink with gin.
with gin.
What is lawn
Connery,
drink?
it's your specialty.
It's like a citrus.
It's
Oh.
like it's like you know how they have those vodka seltzers now. It's just a gin seltzer.
Oh, very nice. I paid $13 for a can of seltzer at B Ocean yesterday.
Poor thing.
Yeah, it was
wait,
ridiculous.
like lawn drink, like LAWN, like you drink it while you're mowing the lawn, or
No.
like.
Long.
Long.
Oh, I can't see the can. I'm sorry.
Like-
I can't
Hold
spell.
that thing up there for everybody.
Oh yeah, lawn drink. Legend of 1952.
Finnish long drink. Okay.
And of course, I'm going to not change at all, and I'm going to stick with my bourbon as usual. So let's cheers, boys and girls.
Yes, cheers. Happy St. Patty's Day. And after that, guys, let's go ahead and roll that intro.
What happened was we got caught up in a drunk discussion, and then he burned the bacon.
I'll go ahead and say, hey, what's up? You know, the music's playing. They can barely
We
hear
talk
us.
about everything and know nothing.
You know what I mean? So it kind of seems like a win-win-win.
I'll lead in, and then I'll let you.
Here's Gerald.
Here's Gerald.
Everybody, I'm dead.
Just draw a dick on it. It's not offensive. It's a dick. Everyone's got a dick nowadays.
Dude, tell me more, because I don't know anything about it.
Oh, a flapper's a 1920s dancer, you motherfucker.
Got a lot of bagels. I like my bagels. Chug 30.
Cheers. Salud. I mean, this shit's free, right? Monday morning. Chime on in.
Tranquility Base here.
Discussions.
The Eagle has landed.
And we are back, guys. Happy St. Patty's Day. Thank you guys so much. Paul, fucking take it away, bud.
Well, during the week, I know this is a kind of a big hot topic, and I'm kind of excited. Don't think anything's going to happen from it because we are all American. But the House has just put forward a bill called HR 25. Do you guys know what that is and what it's going to do?
No idea.
No idea. The idea is to eliminate federal income tax, or to promote freedom, fairness, and economic opportunity by repealing the income tax and other taxes, abolishing the Internal Revenue Service and national sales tax throughout the United States.
Wow, that was
And
very well spoken, Paul.
I know. Well, I'm reading it off of something. So
I think we're just
trying to help
surprised.
you out, Paul. Shut the fuck up.
I think we're just surprised you can read. That's great.
I
Oh my
can't read. But regardless, this is awesome, guys. I mean, obviously, Connor, you live in a state where you don't have federal tax, or you don't have state income tax. So, I mean, imagine having no federal income tax on top of it. You guys would be even more rich.
Well, I mean, so it would abolish federal tax? I thought it was going to be like a
And
flat
The
tax.
IRS.
Didn't they just get 80,000 new IRS employees or whatever bullshit they were saying?
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome. But then, hey, we just paid all those people and gave them a bunch of, taxpayer money, and then we get to cut them all. So,
Okay.
Oh, so they're like Twitch.
Wait,
or not
so-
Twitch, Twitter.
They're saying they want the tax rate. They want a national sales tax with a rate of 23%, which would be in lieu of income taxes, payroll taxes, and estate and gift taxes.
Correct.
So basically, you would just pay a flat sales tax on all goods, and then you wouldn't have to pay the other
Right.
taxes.
So those
Which would that
eggs go
like,
up
do those
23%?
numbers- That's what I was wondering. Like, is it?
Is it a
it's about even because an average American pays between 20 and 27%, if I remember correctly.
so nothing's really going to change then.
No, where you see it on your paychecks versus like anything. Like obviously you see so much coming out from paychecks for it, and like you'd have more each week, but obviously the price of goods.
So you don't have to worry about filing your taxes? Is that what the takeaway is? I feel like there's a lot
Pretty
of
sure you do.
I'm fairly sure there's a lot of like incentivized programs that involve paying your taxes, like solar ITC credits, a bunch of different tax credits exist. Like, do those just say, hey, you know what? Out the fucking window you go. None of us here are financial advisors. Please do not take any of our advice to heart or act on any advice that we give. There we go.
What he said.
But the biggest thing here, right? I think what's funny is if this goes through, I mean, I most Americans are just gonna be happy to see more money on pay stubs. Like that's the big thing. It's just like an appeasement to the American people. It's
Yeah,
a
but
gimmick in a sense. Do I think it'll pass? No, because we don't ever get anything passed that helps us out.
I think it will pass, and the reason why I say that is I think they're on a different route. And this is conspiracy side of me. I think the American dollar is going to eventually collapse. It basically already has. Let's be
If
honest.
that happens, Connery, so does the world.
No. I think what's going to end up happening though is you're going to see a cryptocurrency become. There's going to be like a federal cryptocurrency being instilled, and the reason why is you can track every single penny, and then if you have a flat sales tax across the board, then you've got a flat tax across every transaction in the crypto world. You look at FTX, where they just completely collapsed, and if some people are
that
saying
was also because the people handling FTX were, negligent.
yeah, but the same people that invested billions of dollars into FTX and knew when to pull out, you know who those people were?
Billionaires.
Congress members. Same people that are
That's
putting
another
into
thing.
the bills for getting rid of.
Congress members should not be allowed to have any type of insider trading.
That ain't gonna
I'm
happen.
sorry.
I'm fine
Yeah,
with
it just should.
I'm fine with the new bill. I
Okay.
think that's a great idea. I don't want to pay my taxes. Well, I don't want to have to file taxes, but at the same time, I really want to know where my taxes go.
It's fair.
I mean, have we talked about PAX before, though? I feel like we have. I've definitely ranted about this before with you guys.
Like when you go to the store, you pick one up and you never come back to the house. That
No,
type
like
of
when
pack.
you get that loud pack.
That's called milk.
No, like PAX. I'm talking about like
It's called milk.
like bags of milk. Yeah,
Yeah, bags of milk.
that we got that pack.
Pack of Newports.
Jesus Christ. No, like PAC packs. So like
Oh yeah, those packs.
Oh. Go on, let's hear this rant, Logan. Send it.
okay, so government officials, right, are lobbied by companies, and then these companies donate funds to their campaigns, but they do it under the name of a PAC, which is unassociated with their company name, so they're basically anonymously donating funds to these politicians so nobody can see where the money actually came from, and then they make things easier for those companies when it comes to legislation.
Right. Lobbying
And so
Yeah.
yeah, well,
plays a part into it.
lobbying is different because then so it's different when you know where the money's coming from. Like, oh, this person is having money donated to them by an individual versus this person's having money donated to them by the owner of 25% of the world's oil. Oh, I wonder if there's a chance that this legislator will pass laws to deregulate the oil industry.
No,
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
too much lobbying.
Speaking of which, you guys have seen across the board the TikTok ban, right?
Yes. Oh, we should have talked about that too.
Why?
Shit.
Why we can, Paul? That's the magic of the internet. We can talk about it
I
right
know.
now.
Brother,
Well, let's talk
TikTok
about
is
it.
definitely
Brother.
still up. I'm confused.
No, they're acting on it fairly quickly out of nowhere. And the problem that I have with it is, so the Biden administration's wanting to get rid of TikTok completely. They're wanting to put a ban on it or put in different types of regulations when it comes to the owners. So the owner of TikTok, they're going into court. They're going to talk it over. But it's looking like they're going to end up banning TikTok, which will really suck because I've used that to launch us into 1,000 new listeners. That's the problem I have. But also, there's been TikToks, like the Biden administration's invited influencers from TikTok into the White House, and Biden himself has done TikToks with them. And he wants to ban it?
Is it because they've grown so fast? Like, I mean, remember like a couple months ago, it was only like 5 million users in the United States, and now we're above 12. Is it because it's growing so fast that they're scared?
So it's the freedom of information. So it's a deglobalized platform is what TikTok is. So there's nobody really able to control it in the sense of here in the
Bullshit.
US.
I get shit banned all the time.
Yeah, so have I. But they're banning. Yeah, that's a different story. It being a deglobalized platform allows people to quickly spread the news, right? So say a car accident happens that just so happened to have 50 kilos of Colombian Bam Bam and a fucking tanker truck hits it and it's just a large explosion. You're going to find out most likely from TikTok about that happening before you'll find it in the news, right? Same with everything else. For example, have you heard of the Willow Project?
Nope.
Can't say I have.
Okay, I heard of the Willow Project. Didn't hear about it from social media. Well, I didn't hear about it from like social medias, Facebook, Twitter.
From TikTok.
I heard it from TikTok. The Willow Project is a oil drilling program that's going to be happening in Alaska that's going to release like every year 930 billion cubic tons of bad shit into the fucking atmosphere. And nobody's heard about it, but Willow Project, it got launched. The Biden administration launched it, but there's been a very active campaign against banning it. And there's been a lot of signings happening from TikTok. So it didn't happen. This whole TikTok ban didn't actually come across the plate until the Willow Project was even brought up. And the movement that came from TikTok on banning the Willow Project has been absolutely massive. And you're talking multi-trillion dollars of oil drilling happening.
So, I mean, that's a good kind of where we're going at again. Like, because of the followers, the influence that this application now has, do you feel like the government's going at this because they feel like it's a threat to them being able to push the agendas that they?
I don't think it's them. I think it's Facebook. I think it's I think it's Meta, right? So Meta's Instagram. Instagram has Instagram Reels, and you have YouTube. So I think Google and Meta are lobbying against TikTok because TikTok has just recently started paying for long form content. So TikTok's been very famous for short form content like Vine, right? Anything under a minute, short form content. Now they just recently started within the past 6 months a 10-minute platform. So engagement has gone through the roof because there's been a lot of heavy educated influencers out there, people that educate the public, news reporters, self-proclaimed news reporters, and other things that are doing long form content. And TikTok sees that as a good thing. So they've been incentivizing influencers to do long form content. The problem with YouTube is having with that is YouTube loves long form content. They love videos that are hitting 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Instagram Reels loves short form content, right? So you've got these two companies that are lobbying basically against TikTok. They'll still be able to do their shit, But the problem is TikTok is owned by a Chinese conglomerate. Well, Twitter's owned by a fucking guy from Australia, right? Elon Musk is
South Africa.
whatever. He's
South
on-
Africa.
You've got Mark Zuckerberg, who's a fucking lizard. He owns Meta, and you've got all these. The fucking New York Times is owned. That's what it was. You got major media outlets that are owned by fucking BlackRock, Vanguard, which, whatever. That in itself is a bad thing. They're a monopoly. But and then you've got major. What is it? It's either Fox News or it's New York Times. One of those, or Associated Press, the owners of that, whoever I think it is. It's one of those three, are an Australian owner, right? So,
Have you ever heard of Rupert Murdoch?
yeah, Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah,
Go into it, Logan.
he's pretty cool too. No, it's cool. Go ahead.
No. They're trying to, every single quarter, they're coming up for a different excuse of why they should ban TikTok. And this one is they're owned by China, right? Well, okay, sure. You have an
I think
outside
that's been
source.
the ongoing, thing for them. They've been since day one. They've been saying that it's going to be, breach of security because a Chinese company or conglomerate, like you said, owns this. I mean, they've tried to ban it twice now. So this,
Logan
third time's the charm.
got a shadow. Yeah. Well, so the first time they tried banning it, the first time they tried banning it is they were saying they weren't being cooperative, and then they came back and the owners of TikTok came back and like, no, we're absolutely cooperative. We've done everything you asked. We'll continue doing that. They've been completely cooperative. So now they're just trying to say since it's a deglobalized platform, the false narrative is able to spread. But anyways, that's the TikTok side of it. Let's talk about dirt.
Yes. Let's talk
Joe Dirt, that is.
Joe Dirt. Well, I guess we'll get Erica.
You ain't got any
involved
whistling
here.
bungholes?
So, I mean, why don't you explain to our listeners like what you do and like your title?
Oh, gosh. All right. So when you're going to buy a piece of land and you want to know what was there before it, that's what I do. The research behind it, as well as, let's say there was a gas station. See, this is going to be the boring part.
That's okay.
It's like if there was a gas station on there and there was a spill, then I go in and I drill and I look at the dirt and I analyze it. And that's what I love doing.
You love
So you're
dirt.
pretty much testing for like what heavy metals, toxins,
All of it.
petroleum,
Yep.
everything.
All of it. The
So
stinky stuff is my favorite.
do you get, random question, do you get pulled into sites that have had known chemical leaks to say, okay, is the half-life of these chemicals still being active, or what's that look like?
Yep. I actually worked on a hazardous site in Northwest Ohio.
Oh,
And
Hi, how are
St.
you?
Patty's Day is catching up on you,
it
ain't it?
had it had uranium and radon contamination.
Oh, radon.
And
Radon's
we
pretty
had
common.
We had to dress down in full like PPE, which is
She
kind
said
of like a containment
BP.
suit.
PPE, Logan, be
There's
mature
an
here.
E, and you had to
Personal
wear a
protective
suit.
equipment.
Oh, it was awesome.
So is that like full
Sorry.
hazmat suit in that situation when
Yep.
you're dealing with uranium?
You have a little tiny backpack that's your lifeline, and you got like your air going through. And if you ever pulled up your screen, you got kicked off site.
Ooh, so they're serious
You had
about that.
monthly tests.
So when you're doing these tests, is it like on-site testing, or are you collecting samples and taking them back to the lab
We submit them to the lab. We don't do
So,
anything on.
on-site?
Okay, so uranium, radon, dioxins.
I knew that was coming. I knew it.
Look, I think everyone's kind of, at least to this point, at least all of our listeners, I've talked about it almost 3 weeks in a row. I occasionally bring up East Palestine because that's a huge issue. Has shit like that happened in the past that people just hasn't even known about?
I'm gonna assume yes, because the government doesn't like publicizing that kind of thing. But because it was just such a big issue and the water contamination that came along with it, it just had to be mentioned.
Yeah.
And then they had, another one in Michigan and then another one in Springfield. So their lawyers are very busy.
I believe it. I mean, there's been each year. So I went down the rabbit hole, and on average, there's 1,600 to
No.
1,700 train derailments each year in the United States, which is huge. But East Palestine just brought it to everyone's attention, and then every single time a train went off the tracks, people are like, "Oh my god, it's happening again."
It was more or less because of the chemical.
Right.
So because
The vinyl
I mean,
chloride.
yeah, trains derail this, that, and the other thing. Normally it's gas or diesel, and it's not considered that big of an issue. But because of I can't remember the chemical released, but it was just such a big issue because it got in the water.
So, can you absolutely destroy a company when it comes to your research? So, say you get brought out to do an appraisal on a dirt of a property, and
A lot of dirt.
it comes back
This
like
is a cup of dirt.
high in radion, because radion's pretty common, right?
Yeah.
Right on. Sorry, something stuck in my throat.
Thanks, Logan. Or another dangerous or carcinogenic. Wow.
Jesus Christ, get it together.
Yeah,
man.
carcinogen in the dirt. Is that something that can absolutely tank the value? Sort of like somebody saying, "Hey, look, there was a few people died in this house. It happens."
Or like, hey, the structure has termite damage. Like, you're gonna have to tear it down. So, like, I guess what he's saying is, if you go out there, you do this, and you submit it. Do you ever have situations where it tanks that company that's trying to build?
Yeah, so what we do is we work for the potential buyer of the land. We don't submit our reports to the client or the owner of the property. So we just recently had one fall through because there was contamination that the buyer didn't know about.
That's awesome.
So that whole deal fell through.
You're doing
You ever
good work. You're saving people's
God's
lives.
work here.
Yeah.
you ever
Dirt.
find a site contaminated with oil? You just let me know.
Yeah, we'll take it
Oh,
over
yeah.
from there. No, America would just step in. This place looks like it needs some freedom.
So
I mean, if you think about it, America wouldn't be America without dirt.
you're not. Yeah, hey, look, we're really good at taking it. I tell you what.
Without dirt, we'd just be water.
So here, let me ask you a boring question. Well, let me ask you a question that in my mind sounds fun, but in your mind you're like, this guy's fucking stupid. Do you have to be trained on each chemical as far as the associated properties with it, the hazards of it, and then when you're testing it, how's that testing process look like? Do you just drop a sample in a machine and it spits back the results? How's that work?
All right, so I failed chemistry
Cool.
3 times.
Huh.
So no, I don't have to know what the chemicals are. I just know that if it smells, it's probably going to come back positive for petroleum.
So you're like the field sign. So you're going out there evaluating the area, the dirt, collecting samples, then you're sending it to your lab.
Yes, we send it to a lab. We don't do anything in-house. And normally when we get the lab report back, it's kind of interesting to see, obviously, what was in it.
Huh. And then you just extrapolate the information from the report and you're like, oh yeah, this, and this was in it.
Yep.
Good luck buying this property or selling this property.
Yep. Well, normally the seller of the property knows what the problems are, but they don't voice them during the contract. So that's why they bring us in as the buyer to see what was going on.
Because morals are non-existent.
What part of Ohio has
Yeah.
the best dirt?
I
Southeastern.
think all of Ohio. Great dirt here in Ohio. Great dirt.
It's the best.
Cleanest, definitely, I'd have to say Delaware Lewis Center.
Wow, good job, Delaware. You hear that here first? Delaware Lewis Center, your property values went up.
That
Like
hasn't
they already
changed.
haven't.
Yeah, right. Holy shit.
So
Does
what's the worst that you've tested then? You've been like, this is just awful. There's so many levels of carcinogens. There's, heavy metals.
our listeners are sitting on the edge of their seats right now? They're like, hold on.
I know, they're like, ooh.
It's Morrow County. You're fucked.
They got great dirt.
There's a town called Lucky, Ohio.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna call them
Unlucky.
out.
Oh
Unlucky,
shit.
Lucky.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh, it's horrible. That's where that hazardous site is.
Oh.
Wow. High levels of
Unlucky.
uranium.
Oh yeah.
How the fuck does uranium just end up in the dirt?
Right.
There was a radon or uranium bomb making factory,
That'll
just
do
like
it.
there was in Westerville.
I
There
didn't
was a
know
World
that.
War II bomb making facility where the Otterbein horse barn is.
Holy shit.
So that's
Oh,
why their
that's
horses
good.
look a little weird.
Yep.
So that's why the glue glows in the dark.
You put
Yes.
the stuffing in wrong. I'm a little bit fucked up. Will you take care of me forever and ever?
Does your
It's not fair that horse has 6 legs, not 4.
this horse's cock is a lot smaller than it should be?
Oh, I'm
Anyways,
speedy. My wife loves him.
hey yo, oh shit, I love the comments right
Hey,
now.
yo.
Let me ask you: does your conspiracy theory or your solar conspiracy for tonight or morning, whenever you're listening to us? Thanks for listening to Drunk Discussions podcast. Have to
The
do?
intro is at the beginning of it, Connery.
I know. Have to deal with dirt or water.
Nope.
No.
Awesome. Do you guys want
Has
to?
to deal with weather.
Yeah, we're jumping into
Let's
that.
hop
Might
into
as
it,
well.
guys. Let's have a cheers. Cheers. Salute.
Wait,
Prost.
After this cheers, though, I have a quick question.
Scroll.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Oh, that's
What's your
delicious.
Really
question,
quick
Logan?
question. All right. I'm gonna call out my sister first. Avery, I'm sorry, but you ate dirt as a child.
Oh,
Did
shit.
you guys or did you not eat dirt when you were kids? Like, I'm talking like actually swallow dirt.
Yeah, I did.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest. It wasn't dirt. I don't know why, but when I was in a sandbox, sometimes sand was the option.
I thought he was gonna be like, yeah, cow patties, man. I love them. Wasn't sure where you were going with that, bud.
And for dessert, I was just curious. I don't know, bro. I
You know
didn't
the
never
worst-
eat dirt, but like my sister, I would just watch her.
So when we were real kids, this is even worse.
Wait,
I remember
wait,
in
wait,
the
wait.
playground-
Hold on, Paul. Hold on. Logan. Are you the oldest? Are you older than your sister?
Yeah, I would just
Oh, yeah.
watch her do the dumbest shit, bro. She,
So you were babysitting your sister just to like,
I wouldn't say anything. She
Oh, he was
stupid
tagging
enough
it
on.
to just ah.
ah.
Bro.
It's the best way to find out what's in it.
But no, you
Yeah,
guys
she's
saw-
like,
told me-
tastes like radon.
and now she's an environmental scientist.
Oh,
She's
fuck,
like,
man.
I professionally know what dirt tastes like, and I can assume what's in it by the flavors.
I'm
Correct.
That's actually what Erica does. She just goes out there and licks the ground.
Wait, Erica. Let me ask you: have you licked dirt before?
I used to judge soil in high school, and yes, we ate dirt.
Ain't no shot.
You're
you
a-
know what?
you're an
Montgomery
FAA girl, aren't
County
you?
Soil judger winner right here.
Yeah.
Did you eat dirt as an adult?
I don't anymore because it's against the rules.
Oh, because
She
there's
just shows
rules.
up at the site and she's like, "Hang
So
on
yes,
a
I
second."
would
Gets up
if I could.
into a push-up position and lowers herself down just to take a little lick.
So you're an
That's good dirt.
you're an FFA
Behind the
member,
mountain.
huh?
She could get
Oh,
fired
God.
for that, guys. She steals a little bit into her pocket, like pocket sand, and then takes it home as an extra treat at night.
Oh my god, that is
Late
hilarious.
night
I'm sorry, I had to ask, and I'm glad I did now, honestly. But
Jake just
But no,
comes
the-
home and there's an extra vial on the counter, and he's like, "Oh shit, the collection's growing."
I feel like that's something that people in your field would do. Like you have your desk and there's just like little fucking vials of different soil. Like, oh, this one's from here. I got that in the Caribbean.
I have
People-
rocks.
Do people collect?
Oh, I have like 30 different rocks,
Oh,
and they all
shit.
have their location and the year I got them. Like I got Aruba, I got coral from Bonaire.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's like a dentist that
just
collects
tweaking, but I
teeth
did.
and puts it in their
That's
wall.
weird. That's weird.
All right, Sir Spiracy. Hold on.
Yes.
Let's get
She
into it.
brought this one to our attention, so I'm gonna kind of let her do it. But take over, Erica.
In Alaska, a far, far away place, there was a U.S. Air Force base called HARP. And giant 180 satellite antenna field that controlled the weather. And it still does.
It still does.
Actually,
Control
no,
the
it
weather.
closed in 2015.
Oh, so they just kind of closed it.
Yep.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly doing open houses to go visit it.
Yep.
Oh, so you can go actually see this place?
Yeah.
Oh, guys, we can take a tour.
It could
See
actually.
where our weather comes from.
Remember when we were talking about what was it called? Sound frequency. It was we did an episode about frequency when you're walking over, like how a military, when you're walking over the bridge, you're not allowed to march in formation over a bridge because it matches the same frequency of the bridge and it would crumble it. That is the same type of testing that they were doing at HARP. they were basically doing resonance. They were doing sound resonance testing, and they were able to make aurora borealis out of it and control it, make earthquakes, make weather. Like, you're able to do that when you control the frequency of that area you're pointing at, which is fucking nuts.
This is kind of interesting. So it's saying that the Haitian quake in like 2010, caused by slippage and everything, that, the big quake that caused all the tsunami and stuff that they had to deal with. That was, they caught that and figured, like, HAARP's the one that originally recorded it and then was able to find the new fault line because of it. So HAARP's the one that has been credited with finding that fault line during that quake. And think about that, that's in Alaska.
Yeah.
So like they heard it from Alaska.
They're like
also credited for the downing of flight 800 TWA.
800 TWA. You
Yep.
don't say. Holy
is
shit.
Good
that?
old Wikipedia.
What is 800 TW flight 800
Gulf War
TWA?
syndrome?
So,
Yeah.
I
They took down a plane for no reason.
They took down a plane, Logan. They just shot that fucker down using supersonic waves.
personally, I think there's another location that does stuff like HAARP that isn't disclosed, like Area 51 not being disclosed for 30
that
years.
was 96.
1996.
So the goal of the program is to understand the physics of the ionosphere, which is constantly responding with influences from the sun. So like it's monitoring our upper atmosphere and stuff from the sun.
Oh, I got a sun conspiracy theory.
Maybe they go hand in hand.
Shit, they probably don't.
That's how they make it rain in Dubai, right?
Yeah.
That's why we've been getting our gasoline so cheap, and our oil so cheap, and thus gasoline is cheaper, is because we've just been using HAARP to make it rain in Dubai, and they're like, "Oh yes, thank you. Here's some oil discount."
So I actually think, I'm not going to say I factually think about this as being real, but it could be. Hey, Slurspiracy. I think the Syrian Turkey earthquakes were caused by something like HAARP. I think it was intentional, mainly because of the pipeline that's running through that country. I think it was a good way of getting Germany signed up with sending their tanks over to Ukraine.
Can you expand on that, because I'm a little bit lost?
Yeah, you had me, then you lost me.
It's a lot.
And
So
then you had me, and then you lost me again.
think about it like this. So you have petrol prices going through the roof, and you don't have a reliable supply because you have the Syrian pipeline that runs through, and that's where you're getting all of your oil, right? Well, what happened, and we talked about it like 3 or 4 episodes ago, where the U.S., air quotes, bombed the pipeline under the water. You remember that? Yeah. After that happened, Germany was like, oh shit, okay, we've got another alternative area we can get this. It happens to be with a NATO member. They were willing to go ahead and say, hey, we'll send over our Leopard tanks. Leopard or Abrams? No, we have the Abrams, right? Yeah. They sent over their Leopard tanks. They weren't going to, because the last time they sent over Leopard tanks was during, a very 9999 time. And they didn't want to do that again.
I hate you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that was an intentional earthquake is what I'm saying. I think it could cause devastation
So are
in
you
area
saying-
to get other countries involved in the war of Ukraine.
So you're saying that HAARP is being used as a weapon?
Yes.
That's what humans do with all of their discoveries, dude. Look at electricity. We made electricity. What do we do next? EMP.
Boom.
Vibrators that can dim your lights.
God giveth
think-
and God taketh away.
I wonder how much that would be now. So think about this. Back in 2000, before 2005, because it was officially done, their first artificial produced Aurora was in 2005. But originally, HAARP cost more than $290 million to build. And Senator Ted Stevens, Republican Alaska, was one of the biggest of influencers to get that pushed through to have it put there.
And that's like what, $2 billion today?
I don't know about that's a lot. I
lot.
mean, it was before.
I got
it
that.
originally.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's basically the same.
98. Yeah, 98. So
2.2.
$290 million in 98.
That was a lot back then
Wow.
for government
2 billion.
spending.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
more
for
than
sure.
NASA. NASA was like
That's like
what,
a
90,
rocket.
98 million a year back in those days? 98, 100?
In the
120?
90s, bro? No way. Really?
I think NASA had
I
a,
wouldn't think so.
or no, early 2000s was NASA's
Wow.
lowest.
So the first Aurora, like I was saying in 2005, it's by shooting intense radio beams into the night sky.
Bro,
Researchers
Connery.
created modern neon light. Like we've created an Aurora Borealis in a sense
How much?
with this technology.
Yeah, I said that. What, Logan? How much was it?
12.1 billion.
Yeah, I told you it was
You
kind of low.
fucking idiot.
When did they decrease spending for NASA? They brought it like
Bro.
super fucking low.
You said that's
with
like
the heart.
NASA's annual budget.
Look,
Brother.
90% of the time, I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
You sound like you do.
It's called confidence.
You were very convincing.
Thanks. Oh, wait,
Go for it.
2024,
That's
27. Holy shit, it's gone up from, you said 12? 12 billion back in when?
12.1 billion.
When?
98.
98? To 27.2 billion next year.
What do they even do anymore? Like, honestly.
They're not going to the
serious
fucking
question.
moon.
Do they do anything? They're just like, that's fucking Jupiter.
No, wait, they make the as seen on TV products. Yeah, it's got the
They've got
NASA
some
technology.
museums. Pretty sure they
And
have
you
museums.
too can be an archaeologist with this take-home set.
No, seriously, why the fuck are we paying NASA? If you would think the country for how much is Space Force's budget?
Connery, we are going back to the moon with NASA. So like, I
For
understand
what
we've
reason?
increased it. Yeah, because of aliens, Logan. Duh.
No, we have to readjust the mirror that we put on the moon
Moon's just a mirror.
for lasers.
It's a giant mirror. That's why when we
With
shot
the-
a rocket at it, it was hollow. It fucking rang.
You guys want to know something crazy? The U.S. Space Force's budget is $30 billion next year. $3 billion more than NASA's.
What do you do?
What do you do?
Doesn't that make you think though? Doesn't it make you think though that like they know something we really don't?
Oh, I
Like,
sink.
feel like we
I
would-
sink so hard, dude.
I know you're sinking hard right now.
I'm so synced up,
Like
dude.
Lusitania, bro. But regardless, doesn't that make you wonder? It makes you question, like, maybe they know something we don't know. We're gonna put a space station on the moon. That's what I'm calling. it
Okay.
Right now.
Or we already have one now.
Current estimates suggest that as of this year, we would need to invest $37 billion every year until 2030 to tackle world hunger.
Okay, I've got the breakdown,
So
guys.
we could just eliminate NASA and Space Force and then just end world hunger instead.
No,
How about that?
for starters, when we're talking about world hunger,
Seems
Elon Musk said $40 billion would solve world hunger. And instead of solving world hunger, he bought Twitter. So a breakdown.
Hey, yo.
No, hey. He came out and said, write down how to do it, and no one could. So don't argue at that, man. You fucking love him. I don't know why.
I'm just saying. Listen, there's no way you can't find another way to spend $27 billion. You give me 10 days, I'll have that shit spent.
Squibby has
Okay.
a good point. Squibby in the comments said someone left the oven on in one of the stations on the moon. That's why they're going back. Gas stoves are expensive. That's why they're banning them.
They have to go back to actually put the footprints there and the flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a breakdown of
See,
this.
it wasn't fake, guys.
I got a breakdown of the Space Force's spanking the Force's budget. 3.6 billion for procurement of satellite and launch services, 4 billion for operations and maintenance. This includes a 4.6 pay raise for civilian personnel. Oh, that's wonderful. Civilian personnel are getting a better pay raise than anyone else in the country. That's cool. 15
Just the
point
supervisors.
yeah, just the CEOs. 15.8 billion for research, development, and testing. What are you guys researching and testing in the Space Force that NASA isn't already doing?
We're sending up scientists like Erica to lick the dirt on the moon.
Oh, I would do that in a heartbeat.
That'd be fucking dope. Send me too. I'll eat some dirt.
To be
Fuck that.
fair, like if they brought back space dirt, would you lick it?
She's thinking. She's pausing for a while now.
She's thinking about
Maybe.
like diseases that humans aren't available, like don't have any immunity to.
I could probably create a disease out of it.
Oh shit. Data function
Oh,
research right here.
the next Wuhan, space Wuhan.
Yeah, I was gonna say she just got back from Wuhan.
Did you? So out of that
Should we call
budget,
it the moon virus then, or no? Is
Mm,
that not PC? Do we call it the moon virus then?
I would imagine the U.S. would find some way of saying China beat us to the moon and then blame it on China.
You're already there. What do you mean?
Yeah. So when it comes to actually paying people, though, Paul, Logan, Erica,
What?
1 billion for personal cost of 8,600 active duty guardians. So
The fuck is a guardian?
I don't
That's
know.
what I guess the Space Force cadets are called. I don't
They're
know.
called guardians. I hope they're called
Of the
guardians.
galaxy?
Yeah, the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Who's gonna play Hunter then?
My wife,
Oh,
my wife
God.
is in the comments. She said, "I mean, the TV show Eureka has to be based off of something." So when I said the mirrors on the moon, I meant it off of Eureka because they're saying back in like the 1970s they put a mirror on the moon to direct a laser to the mirror to hit any city and blow it up with an ionosphere laser
I
type of
thought
shit.
it was to do testing. Like we shot a laser at it to do distance from Earth to the moon.
How many
So
fucking
there is
zeros?
a mirror there.
How
That
many
is true. We did put a
zeros?
mirror.
I can't even do that many zeros in a billion, so I gotta do 999999999 divided by
Okay.
8,600.
It makes sense why they're called guardians now, though, because Mike Pence decided that.
That makes
Oh my
sense.
God.
That makes sense. So a guardian in the U.S. Space Force makes about $116,000 a year if you're doing a across the board average. I know that's not the case, but still.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Is that that's not like a regular enlisted. That's a higher official, obviously.
I have
It's
no
a
idea.
higher-
I took
Is that tax free?
$1 billion, divided it by 8,600, and that's how I got to that number. Well, it got real quiet.
So
I was
anyways,
looking up the ranks. Honestly, I'm seeing what they are, and like there's got to be imagery.
So, early warning satellites, I guess, is what they're involved with. So, funding for the next generation overhead persistent infrared, geosynchronous, and polar satellites increased from 2.4 billion to 3.4 billion. So they got $1 billion raise for one fucking satellite. Good for them. The Space
Nice.
Development Agency's Tracking Layer 1 Trachea 1, a constellation of 28 infrared sensor satellites, gets a $1 billion raise. The Pentagon did not request any funding for the tracking layer, but Congress went ahead and said, hey, here's $550 million. The tracking layer will be deployed in low Earth orbit to detect and track Russian and Chinese hypersonic missiles. What?
So, I'm just going back to the ranks. I don't understand because, like you said, they're called Guardian, and I'm looking up their ranking system, and it's like they took the Navy and the Air and the Army and combined them. There's no fucking Guardian. I mean, I'm seeing like
they're all
admirals,
called
vice admirals,
guardians.
Paul, it's like
chief.
it's like calling
all
no,
called
Paul,
Guardians.
it's like calling the Marines crayon eaters. You
Oh,
call the
okay,
Space
okay.
Force Guardians. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
Christ.
there's approximately 11,000 guardians. It's saying
Well,
total in Space Force.
when this article was written, 8,600. And this was written on March 28th of 2022. So almost exactly a
evenly
year
split,
ago.
That's like a 90K raise
Yeah,
per
no,
person.
good for them. Yeah.
If I was doing this all over again, I would have said fuck the Army and I'd join the Space Force.
I mean, for starters, Paul, I'd join the Space Force no matter what, especially you looking like Will Riker.
Oh, I would do it in a heartbeat. They'd just be number one.
Number one?
Oh, I hate to break it to you, bro, but we're colorblind.
I
Oh,
know.
yeah.
I know.
You couldn't do it.
Imagine, like, you never
Hit the
actually
red
went through-
switch! Hit the red switch! You're just
Imagine
like, "Okay,"
going-
and you're fucking hitting all the switches.
blew up the moon. I told you it was solid. But no, like imagine going to MEPS and taking your test, scoring great, and the guy's looking at you like you can pick any job you want, and then he like flips the page and he goes, "Oh, you're colorblind." I was like, "Yes, sir."
Enjoy being a grunt.
Yeah, he was like, "You have your free jobs to pick from." Like that's what happened.
Imagine you have a commanding officer over Paul, and he's saying to him, Paul, or wait, he says, Guardian Paul, you are going to save the world. All you have to do is press the purple button. And he presses the blue one because he's
I can't even
colorblind.
see purple.
I know.
Soiled it.
Soiled it. Oh, shit. Next thing you know, he launches all the missiles over to Russia. Oh.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, wait.
It wouldn't be over. It's from the moon. We're already on the moon. Duh.
So, do you want to talk about HARP still? Or
No. Honestly, I think we
we
can
off our-
segue into your. It kind of coalesces, right? So, like, I kind of want to go into the slurspiracy that you
made
picked
that
up in
word
the
up.
week.
Oh, yes.
Coalesces.
So, I stumbled across this Reddit article, and it's called it just so happens to be on the conspiracy subreddit. Go figure. But it caught my attention because there was a photo of the sun, and I stared at it, and I'm like, "What the fuck are we talking about?" Now, for the listeners, it's going to be damn near impossible for you to find the photo I'm talking about. So I apologize, but there
Unless you go to TikTok.
I will talk about it on the TikTok for this episode. But there is a article that says it took 11 years, almost exactly to the day, but a huge ship, air quotes, absorbing energy from the sun is back. So in 2012, there was a NASA release of what looked like a weird object above the sun, but there was what people would say like a solar flare off of the sun going into a almost circular disc, right? Now, looking at this photo, this is larger than the Earth, the size of the circle. And people are calling it the sun dip. Oh, sorry, the sun dipper. They're saying that it's a protective shield over a ship, and every 11 years, which lines up with the solar cycle of the sun, it comes out to suck up energy, plasma for their ship, right? Which people have always said.
The cool thing about this, though, is if you've looked at the image, as I've seen it, everyone that has TikTok pretty much saw it a little bit before they did that shit. A solar flare, obviously, when it's coming out, it's quite large. And this is, at a base-wise, they considered a quite large solar flare, but then it almost goes into nothingness. So it's getting absorbed into this dark sphere that looks almost like a tiny little black hole. Like there's just no light around it. It's just a black circle. And this large solar flare is getting sucked up into this.
Oh.
That's what he's saying. Object.
I don't know why my iPad has sound on it. But
Are you gonna show us, Connery?
this is on
Wow, it looks awesome.
yeah,
I
no,
can't.
this ain't
You
coming
get some
through at all.
shit, Bob.
This ain't coming through
He'll
at all.
just put it on the TikTok. He'll put it on the TikTok.
I'll put it on our
Shit.
TikTok. But it does look like a sun tornado. So the rays of the sun are coming off almost in a twister, but it's going into an object that's you can't see. It's like it's invisible, but it's a giant fucking circle. And this video was taken 11 years ago, and it just happened like 2 weeks ago, which is 11 years, and that's a solar cycle. So it's
But isn't that
they're calling it the
also
sun
just be a
sipper.
solar flare?
It's more or less the object that you're seeing. So
kidding.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Listen,
I'll
I'm
text
just
it over
playing
to you.
devil's advocate here, but
I'll text it
I'm
over to you,
wondering-
and you say that again. How about that?
okay.
How about
Yeah,
them
I'd like to
apples?
Take a look at it. That sounds good to me.
All right, here
I would like to see what you're looking at here.
here they come. Oh shit, those are dick
All right,
pics.
looks like bullshit.
Do
Oh
not
wait,
come.
no, I haven't gotten it yet. Sorry.
Do not.
All right, so you've got them now. You take a look at it, and you tell me what you
Okay.
think.
All right,
Is that part of the ionosphere of the sun, guys?
God damn
let me
it,
put
Paul.
my doctorate in astronomy to work here.
Now it could
Are you
be
in astrology, Logan? Because you're a Gemini, right?
it could be just something we don't know about. Yeah,
No, I'm a fucking Virgo, you swine.
Oh, sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, so some people are calling it the Sun Dipper. So if anyone has seen Stargate, or is it Stargate?
SG-1.
No, it's Stargate
Is it
Universe.
SG-1? Oh,
That is
Universe, yeah.
horrifying. I don't like that.
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about now, don't you, Logan?
I don't like that. I don't like it at all.
Yep.
Looks like a fucking demon walking on the sun.
So for people that are watching us live on Twitch,
You
I am
should-
going to
should
show
read
you.
what Squibby just said.
This is what everyone's talking about right now. It's a giant black circle, and then what looks like a solar tornado off of the sun is coming off of it, right? So that some people are saying it's a ship with a protective shield on it that's invisible to our sensors because we're pointing a camera at the sun. When you're talking about light, you're talking about focal distance, you're talking about all these different things that are able to be absorbed. You have your sensors on your camera turned all the fucking way down. So it's just a pinhole of light coming in to get a photo of the sun. That's some people are saying that's why you can't see it. But the fact there's no observable light in a circle and a tornado of suns going into it, and this has been observed every 7 years, it's crazy. So people are saying it's a sun sipper. And the reason why I say Stargate Atlantis is, or not Stargate Atlantis, Stargate Universe, which is like the third rendition of Stargate, is there's a giant ship in Stargate, and it travels the known universe or unknown universe. And whenever it finds a celestial body of energy like a sun, it dives into the sun to regenerate its energy,
It's energy.
and then flies off.
Reboosting its engines and stuff.
Bro, I'll be
Exactly.
honest.
As
For
Squibby just said. Thanks, Squibby.
Yeah.
for our listeners / viewers, though, if you get a chance, check this photo out. I'm sure
It
it'll
is.
be.
We'll post
we're
it
gonna
on-
post it on our TikTok.
We'll post it.
So-
I'll do a video on the TikTok and I'll post it on our Facebook right now. Actually,
That's definitely not a
Look.
solar flare.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. If you've seen a solar flare or what we've shown, people have seen from, they've in class or from NASA that they've released it. This doesn't look anything like it because the solar flare is bright. This is
No, there's solar flares all around it.
All around
There's
it.
solar
They don't
flares
even
going
look-
on all around it.
Doesn't look anything like a true solar flare.
Listen. I apologize. I apologize.
that's what I thought, Logan.
Okay. You were right. I'm sorry.
It's fucking weird, isn't it? In it,
Them
mate.
stegomosauruses.
Yeah, thanks, Squibby. That's one of them stegomosauruses. Stegomosauruses.
We've already did one of those episodes.
We did talk about gay
Dinosaurs.
dinosaurs, didn't we? Did we?
What is it? Allosaurus?
Mega-
No,
Megasaurus.
Megasaurus
Yeah.
and a Lickalotopus.
And like a lot of us, yeah.
I'm gonna be going and posting it on our Facebook now. So come Monday, you guys will be like, "Oh, this guy posted photos of a sun." You'll see what I'm talking about from these photos.
So, I mean, my next question is if we keep watching this object return periodically, are we going to be able to set up again in 7 years to potentially capture better imagery, you think, then? Or is it going to be in the same boat?
I mean, we capture images of the sun 24/7. So it just so happens that it happens to be almost every 11 years that we're capturing footage of
Oh,
this.
11, not 7?
11, which just so
Okay.
happens to be the solar cycle of the sun. So it's sort of like, is there a ship out there that every 11 years comes and takes a pit stop, gets some gas, picks up some fucking
me.
sausages, downloads the next fucking Ozark?
Hey, we've talked about that. Earth is just for the universe's entertainment, okay? I said it.
Yeah.
What is a solar flare? Seriously, it's a release of excess energy, right?
Yeah. So it's a big sun fart.
Well, I mean, I'm just thinking, like, where in the process is it?
It's nuclear fission or nuclear fusion, not fission. So it's like when atoms go together and then they have that overwhelming amount of energy released versus like when we split atoms and get like the atomic bomb. So it's a more energy is going to be made on that sun or than anything that we can even fathom to create.
I'm just trying to think of the episode's title, and I'm thinking like licking dirt as I sun fart.
Licking dirt off the sun fart.
Licking dirt off
Bro,
the
I'm
sun
gonna be
fart.
honest.
That's a tasty
That's
one.
it. Run it.
All right.
I
We'll
really
run
didn't
it.
realize we had such
I
cool
can see it now.
photos.
Guest star Erica licking dirt off the sun fart.
Oh, jeez. That's a new t-shirt.
I know. Oh, it's
You
fucking
do not want this.
fantastic.
Let's have
That is
a
a
let's,
lot of radiation.
let's have a shot, guys, gals.
Cheers. I feel so like weird just drinking out of a bottle. You should have a glass.
Well, I am pouring it into the glass, so I don't have a bottle on camera, but whatever.
You fucking heathen.
I am. I'm like, the bourbon, purists are gonna burn me at the stake.
That's very fucking Delaware of you.
Yeah, we went to the bar and I bought this man an E.H. Taylor. And I was like, and we'll have him on the rocks. And he goes, I'll have mine neat. And I was like, you fucking snobby bitch. And he was
So
no, I mean, no hate. You drink it how you like it. But it was, for a second there, I was like, okay.
That's when you like,
All right.
bitch, I'm paying for it. Like you get it the way I give it to you.
I was like, don't you undermine my ordering.
Respect my authority.
Squibby's back in the chat. He said, I'm still a fan of the Earth is a TV show, some conspiracy. Erica, let me ask you. What is your favorite conspiracy TV show? If you were an alien, what would be your favorite TV show of Earth?
I would almost say DC.
Really,
As it's
the
been
DC
so-
fandom, just in general.
But I think that Columbus is just hilarious in its own.
So aliens are just watching Columbus, Ohio.
Probably Channel 12.
I mean, everything's Ohio, Connor. You didn't know this?
Yeah,
The whole Earth is just Ohio.
East Palestine, fucking balloons getting shot off of basically Lake Erie.
It was probably a comedy show.
Balloon.
They're like, wow, there's a lot of Somalians in this episode.
So actually, it's funny that you said that. Because, like, did you guys listen to the audio? Like, they released the audio from the shot down object over Lake Huron.
No, wait.
So, like,
Wait, what object over Lake Huron?
That was
yeah,
a great
there was another.
transition.
Oh,
I know it was UFO or UAP that was shot down over Lake Huron, and our fighters, the vocals and recordings were released, and they kept asking the pilot, like, "What is it?" And he's like, "I can't tell you what it is. I don't know what it is. It's just cylindrical." And they're like, "Do you see anything else?" And he's like, "It almost looks like there's stuff coming down from it, and it's going towards the water, and then back up." And they're like, and they kept saying, "Is it a balloon?" They kept putting in his mind, "Is it a balloon?" And they repeat it, and he's like, "For the time being, we're going to call it a balloon." So he doesn't. The pilot himself didn't believe it was a balloon.
So audio footage from this object was
Yes.
released.
Yes, released.
What was it? A bunch of moaning or?
No, it's just the pilot talking about what he's seeing. They're like, "Can you catch up to it?" And he's like, "Every time I get close, it just accelerates."
What?
Like, over and over the whole time they're talking about it. Yes.
So
Seems a little suspicious.
is this the same object that school said, "Hey, we're missing our weather balloon"? They put that announcement out?
No.
Okay. Because that would have been kind of a weird coincidence. What teacher was paid off to say that?
You're right.
So
Right. But I just thought it was weird that they kept almost putting the word balloon in his mouth. You know what I mean? They're like, is it a balloon?
well, yeah,
Is it a balloon?
of course, because the F-22, the first object it's ever shot down was a fucking balloon.
Not the first object that's ever shot down ever.
Here's the thing: if Earth is a TV show, I've been living this shit all wrong,
Bro,
bro. I went to college.
a shitty TV show.
What if
I should have just fucking gotten drunk and I don't know, walked as
Wait.
far as I could.
You didn't do that at college? Don't lie to me. You went to OU.
what if Earth is a TV show and people that say God being omnipresent is really just aliens watching us from a fucking TV?
Listen, they've seen things that they don't want to see. I promise
The
you
moon-
that.
Oh yeah.
So many
The moon
people
is actually a
masturbating.
giant casino. Okay, and that's why it's hollow. It's a giant casino for aliens to come watch it. That's all it is.
They were
Paul said-
like,
Paul sent me that Snapchat earlier. Paul, you know what I'm talking about.
I send you a lot of Snapchats. bro.
Seven or 8 times.
a day?
You remember that?
What did I
Yeah.
send you?
You jerk off 7 to 8 times a day, Paul?
Oh yeah, ballpark 6 to 8, bud. You're a fucking animal.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
That's what. Yeah, he sent me that Snapchat, and I was like, "Yeah, imagine they just see that, you know."
Being
No,
an
that's the
alien.
X-rated. You have to pay. That's like the paid per one, pay-per-view.
Only space.
Well, I'm not fucking making any money. This is horse shit.
What would OnlyFans be in space for aliens? Just what would it be called?
Probably like studying. They're like, this is how the organisms interact with each other.
Or
For
themselves.
some reason, they find their genitalia extremely pleasant.
They get David Attenborough in there.
Oh no! Could you imagine David Attenborough narrating a sex scene? Oh my god!
What if they do
It
pay
puts
David
lotion
out?
on the skin.
They paid
The
poor,
Silverback.
poor David. David just sitting there. He's like, I can't believe I have to read 8 billion different times somebody's masturbated into a script.
Oh no, they have Morgan Freeman as well because he's really good at narrating.
That's
Oh
why.
my god.
That's why he's
I
looking
can
so
smell
old.
you.
Morgan Freeman.
I can smell you.
You
did that too well. Squibby's in the chat again. Those are rookie numbers. He's like, who the fuck is Squibby?
Thank you, Squibby, for joining. You've made this fun.
Oh shit!
Fucking-
Aliens are listening to the
Oh my
podcast
God.
now. They're like, oh fuck, they're on to
We
us.
need to have chat invent or make a narration with Morgan Freeman narrating Erica licking dirt now. Like that's gonna happen.
That's not a bad idea. I could probably make that happen.
Yep. The young female licks down on the dirt to taste its enzymes.
Poor Erica.
She detects.
But I do it, so it's okay.
There's high
As long
levels
as
of radon.
you do, if
Whoa,
you
whoa,
do
whoa,
what you
whoa.
love, you'll never work a day in your life.
You can't
But
say
the
you
pay
lick the
isn't
dirt.
same.
Don't say you lick the dirt. They'll know.
You're gonna go into work and they're like, "Hey, we actually solved that. You eat dirt?
They're
It's gonna be great."
like,
Did tell him I was gonna be on here.
Hey.
they're like, here's a raise. We appreciate your
Yeah,
facts.
deserves a raise.
Well, guys, we'll go ahead and let's end it there. Guys, thank you so much for listening to Drunk Discussions Podcast. Today's episode, you probably heard it earlier in the intro, around the intro time. I don't know where I'll throw it in. Our sponsor, Local Legacy Co., where you guys can get any website design, logo design, Twitch stream layout, whatever you want, your heart's content, designed for you, completely branded for you. You guys can find information at locallegacyco.com. They're the episode sponsor. Appreciate you guys. You're awesome over there. Oh, hey, you're welcome. That's me talking about Local Legacy Co. What a coincidence. Guys, again, thank you so much for listening to Drunk Discussions Podcast. Paul, Erica, Logan, badass episode. Take it away.
Yes, Erica, thank you for joining us. It's been fantastic. You're always welcome. Been a big fan. Watched a lot of the podcast, listened, and then when we found out, her job description, we're like, yeah, you got to get her on here. Got to have that. So we appreciate you coming on today. Anything you want to say? Go for it.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. But fans, this is all because of you. So if you want to reach out, get on the podcast, send something in to talk about, go over the topics, just go ahead and send that into our drunkscussions.crew@gmail.com, and we'll reach out to you. Your stuff is heard, and we listen to you weekly. So this is all because of you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me, and thank you to all of our listeners/viewers as well. And you guys have a great week. We love you.
Peace.
Peace.